So we've just parked up at the car park and we're walking to the monorail station to hopefully get the monorail. We're just leaving the monorail station now. It took us about 5 minutes to get there. And the entrance, as you would expect, it's very quiet. Most people coming in the morning, very few people coming in at this time in the afternoon, but the park does close at 6 today, so there is 4 hours of thrill ride time. We just entered through the turnstiles. We're on Tower Street and we're going to head for Rita first, because that says it's got a 30-minute queue, checked on the app, and apart from the Oblivion, which has got a 5-minute queue, Rita seems to have the shortest queue, so we'll catch you in a bit.
Right, so we've arrived at Towers, and what we're doing this afternoon, we're doing how many rides we can do within the time that we've got. So we've got about 4 hours, Sunday afternoon. It doesn't seem overly busy here at the moment, but this is the main entrance. So we're heading towards Rita, first of all. Used to be called what? Rita? Used to be called Rita Queen of Speed.
It's always been called Rita Queen of Speed.
So now it's just called Rita for some reason on there. So that's our first one we're heading to.
So although Alton Towers is known as a theme park, it does have some really beautiful gardens. If you do ever get a chance, if you come on a day when the queue times are really quiet and you can do everything quickly, it is worth going down into the gardens and just having a look. They are really well maintained by the gardening staff, and lots of little paths and things you can go, and you can go that way where the water fountain is. You can walk right through there and it'll take you from I don't know where this area is classed as, where this street's classed as, but that's the entrance there. So it'll take you all the way from here over to Nemesis. Just top tip, guys, if you're coming to Alton Towers on a day like today and it's really hot, ice creams, bargain price, £2.50. That's not bad at all. I don't know if it's just me being inept. Maybe you can tell me if it happens to you too, but recently in the toilets, in the ladies' toilets in all the Alton Towers, most of the Alton Towers toilets, they seem to have swapped onto a remote sensor flush. I can never get it to work for me. It often flushes halfway when I'm sitting down, and then when I wave my hand in front of the sensor, it doesn't flush. Is it just me being inept?
We've got to Rita. We got to Rita, and at the moment, good old Rita's down. So she ain't happy. Hopefully she'll be back up and running soon. But the tech guys are up there somewhere. We've seen them hanging around. Everybody's just sat down or standing. So we're going to go try somewhere else first, and then we'll hopefully come back to Rita a bit later. Draw, Rita. See you soon. Okay, so Rita's down, so we're going to try 13, which is showing us a time of 50 minutes at the moment. But let's find out what time is it, Mrs. T?
It's 25 past.
25 past. 25 past 2.
Alton Towers quite often overinflate their waiting times, so we'll climb it and let you know when we get there.
Right, let's give 13 a go.
So from experience, over years and years of coming to this park, normally when you get to this cabin, this cabin here, which is where they sell refreshments and things in the vending machines, it's normally about a half an hour minute wait. We've only waited 2 minutes so far, so I think the wait time is going to be substantially shorter than the advertised 50 minutes, but we'll see. So quick Rita update. They are now testing Rita again with empty cars going overhead, so I don't think Rita will be closed for too much longer.
So Rita's back, and it's down for about 15 minutes on that, and we're going to try and get on that after we've done 13 now. But she's back up and running. Hurrah!
She do be temperamental though.
Temperamental Rita. Who'd have thought it? Okay, so we've done 13, and the time when we got on to 13 was 5 to 3. So by our calculation, that makes it roughly a 30-minute queue, even though it was saying 50 at the beginning. So not a bad start, and Rita's still working. So we're going to try Rita now and find out how we're getting on.
25-minute queue.
25-minute queue for Rita. Let's find out if that's correct. Right, straight into the Rita queue. It's now just after 3. What, 1 minute past 3, something like that? 1 minute past 3. So if it's a 25-minute queue, that'll be 26 minutes past 3. Couldn't do basic maths then because my head's been jiggled already on 13.
So we just got off Rita. It was a slightly worse queue than it said. It said the queue was 25 minutes and it actually ended up taking us 35 minutes, which is still not bad for Rita. And I think primarily because there were a lot of fast passes in the fast pass queue, and also quite a lot of guests in the rider access pass queue as well. But still not a bad time for 35 minutes. So we've been in the park for an hour and a half, just over, and we've done 2 rides. So we're just going to get something to eat because Mr. Taylor
is hungry, very hungry.
It's getting hangry.
Okay, so we're refueled. We've had our chicken dinner.
Chicken donut burger.
So Sarah had a chicken donut burger, and I just went for the normal chicken stack sandwich. I just can't cope with the idea of having donuts with chicken. Nah. Anyway, Sarah said it was nice, but now we've moved on to Oblivion. 10-minute queue, so let's see how close it is to actually being 10 minutes. Right, so we're doing Oblivion, about 10 minutes queue time, like they said. So that's always good when they're accurate, as long as it's a short, accurate queue time. Off to Rapids now. Haven't done the Rapids for a while, so we're going to give that one a bit of a go. And luckily, it's a really nice day for it. Oh.
Half past 4. It's 4:30. We've done 3 rides in...
Oh.
3 rides in 2.5 hours and had a snack / meal.
Yeah, we'll go with a snack. I mean, it was a meal, but more like a snack.
So we've just got into the queue for the Congo River Rapids. Now this is a ride me and Mr. Taylor haven't done probably since our daughter, who is now 21, was little. Because we live in the UK and we don't particularly fancy being cold and wet. On a day like today, when it's 26 degrees, we don't mind being a little bit cold and a little bit wet. So we're going to do it. I'll let you know what we think. It says the ride time, queue time, is 10 minutes. Hopefully that's what it'll be, and we'll let you know when we get off.
Right, so we're off the log flume, not the log flume, Rapids. We're off the Rapids, and sun's coming in there. Anyway, queue was 10 minutes. But very, very disappointing from the amount of not getting wet.
I definitely remember it being a lot more possibility of you getting wet, and nobody in our boat got at all wet.
In fact, I think when a drop of water came on us, it was more annoying because it was just one drop as opposed to getting soaked. But oh well, on we go. Right, so we've now walked over to DUEL. And it's a 5-minute wait, a walk on. So we're going to see if we can just walk on to DUEL on there. It looks like the queue rack is literally empty. So let's go and blast some zombies. Ooh.
It's red and DUEL. I really like Duel. I think it's a great ride. It does need some updating. I think the rumours are that it is shortly due to be shut down and updated. The gift shop would certainly bear that out. There's hardly any merchandise for Duel, actually specific merchandise in the shop, so maybe that's what's happening. Just a top tip, if you do ride Duel whilst it is still open, is to aim for the yellow dots. The yellow dots give you a much higher score. Mr. Taylor is a far better shot than me and a better aim. However, I thrashed him on that ride with 70,000 to 20,000.
Pure luck.
Because I aim at the yellow dots.
No. Right, so we're now on the Runaway Mine Train. Bit of atmospheric music, which hopefully won't get copyrighted, surely. 20-minute queue, and the time is? Just before 25 past. So we should be on just before 1:45. We'll let you know.
One more thing, because we are on the Runaway Mine Train, that we have to do. Choo choo!
So ride count, hold on, we're going to do a ride count for you. Go on, Mr.
Starting with 13, Rita, Oblivion,
Rapids,
Duel, and this one will be 6.
Remember, this is all on a Sunday afternoon, and we got here about, what was it? 2 o'clock. So
beginning of July, so
yeah, so 6 rides at Alton Towers, not using fast track or anything like that, just all on the standby queues. And we're hoping to get on to Wicker before the park closes as well. Let's see. So we may not be able to do it, but they definitely still do the
number 12.
Number 12, Tom, mate.
Number 11. Yeah.
11. But yeah, still doing the traditional choo choo.
slightly sarcastic choo choo, by the way.
Not
a choo choo, it's a choo choo. With an arm motion.
That's right. So done the Runaway Mine Train. Probably about a 2-minute wait time rather than 20. Definitely wasn't 20. Definitely wasn't more than 5. But anyway, we choo-chooed around the track twice, and we're all done now. So we're now going to try and get
onto Wicker. However, just a side note for Runaway Mine Train, if you are tall, like me and Mr. Taylor, you might find it slightly uncomfortable. I'm not slim, Mr. Taylor's got a fat bottom, so it is quite narrow, and also we're quite tall, so your knees will hit the bars.
Very much so. And here we are on Wicker Man. What's the queue time on this supposed to be?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Oh, time check, yeah, it's 25 to.
25 to 20 minutes. Let's see if we can beat it. So when we stopped counting was to the pre-show, although you're not on the ride, you're in the ride, and that was 20 minutes, just like they said. So 20 minutes and another one done. So now we need to do the final count because it's 6 o'clock, or pretty much 6 o'clock, just after 6, and we'll do the final count shortly about how many rides we actually did since 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon at Alton Towers. Right, so how many rides did we actually do on a Sunday afternoon from 2 o'clock at Alton Towers?
We did 13. We did.
No, we didn't do 13 rides, did we?
No, we didn't do 13 rides. We did 13 the ride.
The ride 13.
We did
okay.
Rita. We did Oblivion. We did. I always forget this one after Oblivion.
I can't remember. What was
We
it?
did Oblivion. We did
Another one.
Rapids. I've
Right.
lost count.
Yeah.
We did Duel.
Yeah.
We did Runaway Mine
Yeah.
Train. We did Wicker Man.
And that's it. That's
And
7.
that's 7. I feel like I'm forgetting one, but you'll let us know. We did 7. If you count the monorail, that's 8.
Yeah.
So that's not bad in 4 hours at Alton Towers on a very sunny day. That is moderately busy. I wouldn't say it was absolutely rammed, but it is moderately busy.
And that was not using fast pass or anything. That was just standby queues
Yeah.
on there. So pretty good score. 7.
Yeah,
Right.
Just to let you know as well, we did do at least 4 headliner rides, 4 of the big rides. We don't ever ride Nemesis or Galactica or Smiler, only because we've ridden them many times before. Unfortunately, we are of a certain age now where anything with upside downs or inversions makes us feel quite icky. So we love Nemesis, we love Galactica, we love the Smiler, but unfortunately we just can't ride them anymore. So that's why they are not included in our account for today.
No, but I might come back and try some of these remedies that people say and give some of them a go, so that I can figure out and find out if ginger oil or whatever they tell you to take actually does anything for motion sickness. Perhaps another time.
Keep watching for us. We'll do another video shortly about what to do at Alton Towers if you don't want to do any of the rides.